Welcome to the Mischief. I'm Valen, and this is the Villagers Mod Mix, bit by bit. I have put together a few really small mods that I thought I should share with you that were worthy of bit by bits, but they just really don't take up much time. So I kind of combined them all together in this one. First up, NoMoWanderer. This mod will help you eliminate the wanderers in your world. You know, they just come around your base and make all sorts of crazy, silly noises like this. And you're just fed up. Well, then this mod is for you, because it's configurable with more than just wanderers, but by default, it should eliminate wanderers from ever spawning in your area. This mod adds in 2 items. The first is a no soliciting sign. Made with a very simple recipe, it's the same as the sign, just a couple other colors added in, and you get the same quantity. Put one of these things down and wanderers will no longer spawn within an 8 chunks radius of where you place this sign. If that's not enough for you and you want them to no longer spawn anywhere that you're at, then try a Totem of Unexchange. This does require a Totem of Undying plus an Emerald. Then you place it in your Curios slot, and they will no longer spawn within 8 chunks of you, wherever you may go. Sometimes, though, you actually want villagers around. Not necessarily the Wanderer per se, but you do want villagers. And that's where the Help Wanted mod comes in. Just by placing one of these signs down, which they are a rather simple recipe as well, you have a slight chance every morning at dawn of initiating a new villager to come to your area. Now, if you want to speed this along, you'll want to put down an emerald block next to the Help Wanted sign, and you will be getting one to show up soon. That's not all, though. This also adds in a Help Wanted sign for piglins. Now, of course, you'll probably want to be in the Nether for this to actually work properly, but you put down one of these Help Wanted signs, which is simply made with a little bit of wood and a gold ingot, and it's the same thing. You have a small chance of one actually coming by every day. Put a block of gold next to it, and you definitely will speed up that process considerably, and then you'll get piglins to show up and potentially trade with. Now, you may need to leave the area briefly for some of these to work, but it should definitely help people with building their little settlements. And we have villagers follow emeralds. It pretty much is as it says on the tin. You put down a few villagers, any of them that are not guards will follow you if you're holding some kind of emerald item in your hand. This makes it a little bit easier to get villagers back to where you want them to be if they're kind of getting out of control, or you just need to transport them back to your base or something. A little bit easier to manage this way. So let's say you've got yourself a bunch of villagers now. Well, you've got your boring old vanilla ones. This is modded. Let's add more villagers. This adds exactly what it says on the tin. More villagers. There's the hunter, the florist, the engineer, the enderologist, the netherologist, the forester, and the oceanographer. Each of these will offer a variety of actually pretty darn good trades once you've leveled them up. Starting with the hunter, you can see that I have traded with every one of these different more villagers, and have changed some of the prices because of that. But you can see that you can get things like ghast tears and rabbit's foot. You can also get explorer maps, bee's nest from the florist. An engineer can get you some other items like hoppers, observers, and so on. An enderologist can get you a really good deal on end rods, phantom membranes, firework rockets, dragon's breath, and even dragon heads and shulker shells. Netherologist offers you a few nether trades. A forester, well, offers you a bunch of different woods, plus a few different options that you can get for your foresty tools. And your oceanographer offers you all manner of different, well, really cool watery goodies. And these are just samples of some of the trades that they have to offer. They're definitely really good with each of the workstations available to them, and I highly recommend it if you want to kind of diversify your villager trading. So if you get a little bit confused about which workbench recipe is what and so on, how you can make each one, or which workbench will make which profession, there is an easier way of finding that, and that's with JEI Professions. This definitely will add in a bit of simplicity to that. You just look up villager in JEI, which is another mod, press U on the villager spawn egg, and click on the Professions tab, and you can see what each one will definitely be made from. A butcher is made from a smoker, cartographer from a cartography table, and if you go with even the new stuff, even a hunter will be made from a hunting post, florist from a gardening table, and so on, and you can scroll through them and see each one. If you wanted to see the recipes for any of these because you're not sure of what they what they use to make them, like an oceanography table. Click on it and you can see the recipe for how that's made. So now that you have this plethora of villagers, you need to protect them. Well, that's what guard villagers is for. You can actually promote them if you so desire, but they will spawn in groups of somewhere around 6 in your standard village, patrolling and trying to keep them safe. At least a bit safer than your usual, vanilla Minecraft golems that often get stuck in walls. These guys do have a bit better of a brain on their shoulders. With that being said, how you can make them yourself? Well, you need some kind of nitwit or regular villager, then give them by sneak right-clicking a sword or sneak right-clicking a crossbow, and they will create themselves into a guard villager. Now, if you have the hero of the village option already on yourself, as I do here, you can then modify these guys by right-clicking on them, and you can actually suit them up, give them different armors, weapons, and shields. Keep in mind though, if you've got a shield on a crossbow guy, it's not really going to be quite as effective. You can also tell them to follow you, so they'll go wherever you end up going. Now of course this is only if you have Hero of the Village on you already. You can then also tell them that you want them to patrol a specific area. By highlighting this, they will then patrol that specific area you're wanting them to take care of. In fact, I even have some pillagers here. Let's bring one in. And you can see that they quickly dispatch the enemy without much problem. No longer do you need to worry as much about your villagers just kind of getting wrecked by incoming dudes. Now you do notice that the clerics will also heal nearby friendlies if they possibly can with splash potions. Sometimes a little bit too extra fervently. Just be sure to be in the area that it happens, so you can take advantage of these healing potions too. Now there are a few AI changes to this. For example, witches will attack villagers on sight now, and that isn't necessarily a good thing, as you can see. So they'll definitely be a bit more of a threat in raids. So there you go, that about does it for this bit by bit on villager mods that I thought were kind of small but really fantastic and can help spice up your vanilla playthrough, if not just add in to your Minecraft mod pack. So if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give a like, comment, subscribe. Don't be afraid to stop by on Twitch, click that notification bell on either platform, and until next time, I'll see you.